Things fall apart, a perfect storm, the end of the world. These are some of the ways that the history of economic development in the world, from the beginning of World War I in 1914 to the end of World War II in 1945, have been described. It was a period when human civilization seemed to be going backwards rather than forwards. 2 world wars caused death and dislocation, the destruction of resources on a massive scale, and diverted economic activity from improving human well-being towards military production. The Great Depression threw millions out of work and put their families into poverty. The historian Arnold Toynbee wrote that in 1931, men and women all over the world were seriously contemplating and frankly discussing the possibility that the Western system of society might break down and cease to work. In the end, Western society did not fall apart, but the events of this period cast a long shadow, changing the balance of political power in the world, recasting the control over territories around the world that countries had, bringing new political systems, new ways of organising economic activity, bringing new types of economic and social policies, and probably most importantly, changing the attitudes of the generations who lived through this 30 years of war and the Great Depression. This lecture is going to be about that period. We'll begin by talking about World War I, then we'll talk about the Great Depression in 2 parts. First of all, talking about how it happened, then the recovery from the Great Depression. The Great Depression was a period that, amongst other things, stimulated economists to think about the operation of the economy and what could be done to improve its operation to try and prevent episodes like the Great Depression occurring. And so we'll spend one section in this lecture talking about some of the main thinkers who contributed to the development of economic thought in this period after the Great Depression. The end of this period was World War II, out of which came a new world order in a variety of ways. And so we'll finish the lecture by talking about World War II and some aspects of that new world order. In the next section of the lecture, we'll start off talking about this period by covering the episode of World War I.